welcome back to my channel, Jen's Junk. My name is Jen. For those of you who have watched my videos before, welcome back. And for those of you who are just tuning in, thank you for taking the time to check out this video. So today is Friday and we are going to be doing Friday Reads, one of my new things that I'm starting on this channel. So every Friday I'm going to be reviewing a book that I have read or telling you about a book that I am currently reading. So today is going to actually be a book review. So very excited to do this, and I hope you guys enjoy, and we're going to get right into it. So the book that I am reviewing is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Black Spire by Delilah Dawson. And this is actually the first book that I have read by her, by the author. And I've heard great things about her books. I know Phasma was very well received, got great reviews on Goodreads, and it is on my to-read list. So I'm kind of anxious to kind of get into that. But I did want to read the Black Spire because it kind of is centered around Galaxy's Edge, but at Disneyland and Disney World, at the parks there. So I wanted to read this book. So here is the book by Delilah Dawson, and it's a pretty thick book. I mean, it's a pretty standard size novel. And basically, this book is about Vi, who is a spy for the Resistance, and General Organa sends her to Batuu to basically get allies to help their cause against the First Order. So this book basically takes place uploading not a computer, basically preceding the events of The Force Awakens. So by Marathi, I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name, but she is sent to acquire some allies. And along the way, she meets a colorful cast of characters in Batuu, some good, some not so great. And basically, that's kind of what the book is about. And I thought the characters were very well written. There were some very memorable characters in this book. Vi herself, I did like her. She was, you know, a tough character, but she was pretty likable, and a lot of the other characters as well. I gave this book a 3 on Goodreads, and there are a few reasons why. There is a book before this one that is kind of a prelude to this, and I don't know if it would have helped if I would have read it, because one of the other characters, basically Archex is his name. I guess there's a backstory in the first book between him and Vi, and so it took me a while to kind of figure out what was going on with the relationship. So I don't know if having maybe read the first book before this one would have helped me understand their relationship. So that was a little kind of confusing. The other reason, I was not expecting as much graphic detail. There are some torture scenes in this book, and I'm not really, I don't like torture scenes, okay? And it kind of bothered me. I understand why they were in there, but I personally, as a reader, that's not my cup of tea. That's not what I like to read about. So it was pretty graphic, and it bothered me that there were torture scenes in here. So I think that's one of the other reasons why I did kind of give it a lower rating, just because it's not my preference to read stories that involve torture. But overall, it was a pretty well written book. I was a little disappointed, I'm not going to lie. in this book. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more, but there's great detail in describing the scenery, the landscape, but too, like I said, she does great character building with some of the new characters that are brought in, which I really appreciated. But overall, it was an okay read. So if you have been to Galaxy's Edge, maybe you would enjoy this book maybe a little bit more than I did. I have never been to Galaxy's Edge, and I know there's a lot of references there, so maybe that had something to do with my perception of this book as well. So I just thought it was an okay book. Would I read it again? No. Am I glad I read it? Yes and no. I probably would have been okay if I had not read this book. So unfortunately, it just didn't hit the spot for me, unfortunately. But I did give it a 3-star rating on my Goodreads, and you know, some great new characters though. Some great new characters. I just didn't like the torture scenes and everything having to do with that. So, but that's just my opinion, my humble opinion. So it was an okay book. So that is my review, and I feel like I said it's just an okay book. I still would like to read Phasma though. I've heard very good things about that book. So unfortunately, I just wasn't too impressed with this first book that I've read by Delilah Dawson. But let me know in the comments below if you did read Black Spire, and let me know what you thought, or if you've read any of the other authors' books. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the author's style or the other books that you've read. I'd be curious to know. So that is my book review of The Black Spire by Delilah Dawson, which is a Star Wars novel. And that's all I've got for you today. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be doing another review next Friday, so stay tuned for that. I do have a couple exciting announcements coming up very, very soon, so be a lookout on this channel for those announcements. I'm very excited to share them with you. So until next time, guys, may the Force be with you.